Sarah Jane Adventures, The Man Who Never Was, the third story of Series 5, is written by Gareth Roberts, and it's starring Elizabeth Sladen, Tommy Knight, Daniel Anthony, Anjali Mahindra, Sinead Michael, and Alexander Armstrong. This is the last Sarah Jane Adventures story, and the last appearance as Elizabeth Sladen as Sarah Jane Smith, who sadly died of cancer over 6 months before the series got released. And as of time recording, that's the last time we see the rest of our heroes of the show. Let's grab some tissues, as we're gonna need it. So the cleaner heard the noise and got dragged inside the room. Luke came back and sees a room that's used to be his, but now it's Skye's. And it's a nice reunion. I love the bit where Luke and Skye meet.
Skye, behold my greatest success, Frankenbane's monster. Now a normal human student living off pot noodles and rising at 12 sharp to watch loose women. Yeah, shut up.
And Sarah Jane going to Surf Industries with Luke and Skye. Family outing. I wish we could see more of that. Sarah Jane meets Lionel Carson, an old friend of hers, and an editor played by Peter Bowles. He's great. As they go into the theatre where Joseph Surf does a speech, Luke and Skye noticed he was glitching, so back in the attic, Skye gets Mr. Smith to show everyone the bit where he was glitching. So Sarah phones John Harrison to convince him to invite her for an interview. So he did, and it was funny when Sarah Jane kept making an excuse to touch Joseph Surf or get him to touch anything to test him, but John was trying to cover him. Mark Aiken plays Joseph Surf, an American who founded Surf Systems who died in a skiing accident in Val d'Isere in 2007, so the hologram version is created and controlled by the Scullions. I thought he did an excellent job. He's funny when he's glitching and out of control. Apparently the name Joseph Surf is used as a pseudonym by Patrick McGoohan when he directed a couple of episodes of The Prisoner, Many Happy Returns and A Change of Mind. James Dreyfuss plays John Harrison, PR in Surf Systems, but is in charge of controlling the hologram of Joseph Surf. He did a great job as well. While Clyde and Ronnie examines the surfboard, the computer, not an actual surfboard, Luke and Skye went down to the bottom floor and see Scullions controlling Joseph Surf's hologram. Scullions are humanoids with one eye, like Cyclops from the planet Scultus. Apparently they were mentioned in Torchwood Miracle Day, The Gathering, while tracking down Chinese black market that has alien artifacts including Scullion metal, which is cool. They also appeared in Doctor Who The Magician's Apprentice. As they spotted Luke and Skye moving towards them, Luke begs them that she's just a child, while John held Sarah at gunpoint. Clark kept telling Luke and Skye to get out, John using his pen to shock them, which is horrible. As Skye and Luke got away, they get captured and taken into the cell. Sarah Jane gets taken to one where the same cleaner from the beginning is, who's called Adriana Petrescu, played by Edita Butnick. Luke used the dog whistle to use Mr. Smith to communicate with Ronnie and Clyde to take the pen off John. It's cool that it's similar to when Tom Baker uses it to summon K9. So Clyde and Ronnie goes undercover as Janet and Trevor Sharp from Twilight Years and met Lionel Carson. Ronnie asked John to lend her a pen. He gave her a normal one. Clyde pretended to bump into him and did a switcheroo, which works pretty effectively. As Sarah Jane, Luke and Skye got themselves free, they send all Scullions on the roof. We get a funny George Surf controlling when Luke told Skye that she watches Toy Story again. So they got George to tell everyone to take the pen off John and smash it after he shocked Scullions again. So George's hologram says his farewell and disappeared. As Ronnie, Clyde and John ended up on the roof, a spaceship appeared and sent all Scullions in there to get back home, and well, John came with them. Hoping there will be a lot of work for John, Sarah Jane gave Adriana Unit's phone number, which is nice. Hopefully she'll get a job there. So we get a lovely ending where Luke gave Skye the drawing of her, which was done by Clyde, for her room, and we get a final montage of Sarah Jane Smith's past adventures, where she voiced over, and the last scene is the Earth with the words "and the story goes on forever." Her speech was unused footage from The Lost Boy. This is a great ending for the show, but it's really sad at the same time. I can't believe it's past 10 years since it came out. That makes me feel old. It is a shame that the show has come to an end. I really hope we see those characters again. Luke, Ronnie, Clyde, Skye, Maria, Alan, Shopkeeper, Professor Rivers, and Captain. There was also plans for other half of Series 5 and Series 6, which sadly didn't happen because Elizabeth Sladen passed away. There would have been Mr. Smith turning into human form, guessing he would be played by Alexander Armstrong. 13th floor, where Ronnie and Clyde got stuck in the lift alone together for decades. The Battle of Bannerman Road, where there will be the destruction of Bannerman Road. Katie Manning would return as Jo Grant again, and Skye would have been revealed as the trickster's daughter, which would have been cool. Think of her acting. There's also ideas for Halloween stories like Full Moon, with the story of Gog and Magog plan to escape from a decaying alien prison ship. The Station, where the gang teleported to 1911 and 1934. Night of the Spectre, where Yasmin Page and Joseph Milson would have returned as Maria and Alan Jackson. And there's also one where gang would have fought hideous gargoyle-like creatures. As for Series 6, the gang would have probably moved to Foxgrove after Bannerman is destroyed, and they would have brought Sophie Aldred back as Ace, which would have been awesome. Plus, I have mentioned in my top 5 Doctor Who spin-offs I think they should do, where they could make a spin-off shows and adapt those unmade Sarah Jane Adventures serials into a show, as there's a lot of great ideas in there. On 20th of April 2020, we have a Farewell Sarah Jane webcast for Doctor Who Lockdown, written by Russell T Davis, narrated by Jacob Dudman, to explain the story where Sarah Jane had been killed while preventing an alien invasion. Tommy Knight, Daniel Anthony, Anjali Mahindra, Katie Manning, Mina Anwar and Sophie Aldred came back as Luke, Clyde, Ronnie, Jo, Geeta and Ace.
But it's still there. The house on Bannerman Road, just waiting.
As fans needed a closure for the show, it thanks Sacha Darwin, Scott Handcock and Stuart Humphreys. So what did you think of The Man Who Never Was and the Sarah Jane Adventures series? What's your favourite serial? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.